Hello everyone, this is the first part of my three-part series about my visit to the city that I like very much. I think you know which city it is. It's of course London, and I've been there recently for 3 days, 4 nights, and I've seen 3 gigs, 3 shows each evening, and every show, every gig was better than the previous one. So the first one was from, I think, mediocre to good. The second one was very good, and the third one was great, really great. But we start the beginning, my first day, which I'm going to show you now a short clip about my walking by the Thames to the place where the first gig was held. The band was A-Ha, the Norwegian band, and I walked there by foot from the Isle of Dogs, Canary Wharf, to Greenwich, to the O2, North Greenwich, and in Greenwich itself I've been to 2 record stores. And the record finds I'm going to show you after this short clip. Okay. Well, this is the O2 from the other side of the Thames. This is the Greenwich area, kind of residential buildings, and the Thames, you can see Greenwich. Nice place. Well, you've seen the elliptical building there, the distance, by the Thames, North Greenwich. This is the place, the venue where A-Ha performed, and we'll come to that later. First of all, I want to show you my record find that I found in Greenwich, in the center of Greenwich. And first of all, I found a record, only one record, in a record store called Casbah. It's a bit pricey record store, quite expensive. So I found only a 12-inch by Everything But the Girl, and I think it's one of the first effort, I think, for first 12-inch, which is a brilliant song, each and every one. 3 songs here. And it's on the Blanco y Negro label, Everything But the Girl, with Tracy Thorn and Ben Watt, which I think are gonna make a new record, or I think Tracy Thorn is gonna produce now a new record, new album. Okay, this is from the Casper Records. Now, most of the records that I found this day was in a record store called Audio and Music and Video Exchange, Greenwich branch. And all of them are quite cheap, except one which is, I think, some kind of a grail. We start with very surprising records, Pictures of Life by Dr. Marigold's Prescription, which I think is kind of psychedelic pop, and it wasn't so expensive. I think only a few pounds for, I think, a budget label, Marble Arch, but this one is the original album, psych pop from the 60s or 1970, I think. Dr. Marigold's Prescription. Very interesting. A female singer that I like very much, Samantha Jones, with the album My Way, again on budget label Contour. She has here a cover version for My Way, I'll Never Fall in Love Again, and others. And Contour is the label. Again, only maybe £2 for this kind of album, which is really a great find. A very nice find for me. The Trogs. Now the Trogs, this one, it's not from the 60s, although it seems like it. If you look carefully, you will think that it's like Capitol Records, you know, like the Beatles. But this is from the late 70s, I think. It is the Trogs on 45. Trogs on 45, and it's on the, an indie label by the name of New Rose Records. Late 70s, early 80s. The Trogs on 45 were probably with all their hits, I Can Control Myself and Wild Thing and all the brilliant songs, which predates the punk movement, of course, but has the same feel. Well, I had to move to a different location in my house, to the balcony, because as you see, it's now nighttime, and a few members of my family are now sleeping, so I don't want to disturb them. Anyway, the next album that I bought in Greenwich is a quite weird one, because this is Mae West, the elderly actresses that produced sometimes in the 60s The Way Out West, and she had a cover version for Day Tripper and all kinds of songs back then, which kind of weird. Mae West, and this is the UK, of course, album. It's on the stateside EMI label. Another quite unorthodox, unordinary album is 424, the El Compendium of Soccer. Now, soccer is the European football, of course. And this is a compilation or collection of fans of the teams of the Premier League or the First League back then, chanting their support for their teams. And you have here Arsenal and George Best and Derby County, England World Cup, Fulham, Burnley and Manchester City, Manchester United, Orient, QPR, Sheffield Wednesday, Sunderland, Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham United. And you can see here Bobby Charlton and his brother here, and Georgie Best. And on the inner sleeve you find programs from all kinds of games and matches. And again, Georgie Best here. Very, very nice, very strange. It's from the 80s, I think, compilation on the Charlie Records. 424. 424 is some kind of standing on the pitch, you know, four striker to next one, again in the same record store, music and video exchange. Very cheaply I found the quite unfamiliar for me, for George Martin Orchestra. It's a later album. I haven't seen one. This one is a German record on the Acanta label, which is a subsidiary for Bellaphone, and you find here versions for Brown Sugar by Rolling Stones, My Sweet Lord George Harrison, and Joy to the World, Blow Up, The Witch. And on the other side you can find What Is Life by Harrison, Chipper Chipper Chip Chip, this is Middle of the Road, and Puppet Man for Tom Jones and George Martin Orchestra. Very strange and unknown album. Now the grail that I found there, it's indeed a grail, and I think in a very, very good price. Found the metal box for PIL, Public Image Limited, the band of Johnny Lydon, Johnny Rotten, the lead singer for the Sex Pistols, and it was made only few limited edition. This one, it's a metal box, and I remember when it was out, it was released back then. After a few weeks, they were making an ordinary album, you know, the one vinyl. This one is an album which is open like this, and it has an insert like this, a dividers. There's one divider here. There should be 3 dividers and three records, basically 45s RPM on 12-inch, which of course making it one album, full album metal box, the quite legendary album for PIR, Public Image Limited, which at the outer box or metal box is quite dirty, but inside it's very beautiful, so silvery, and it's quite, as I saw, legendary and a grail for me, metal box PIR. A-Ha, this is the ticket for the show, and as you can see, it's an evening with A-Ha and support, and a very surprising support. The support was Ian McCulloch, the lead singer for Echo the Bunnymen. So here it is, Ian McCulloch and A-Ha performing The Killing Moon.
This is for Dulcie.
Ian McCulloch and A-Ha.
So soon you take me So soon you'll take me up in your arms, too late to beg. Can't though I know it must be killing time. I'm willingly mine. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin. You will wait until give yourself to him. Fate up against your will, through the thick and thin. You will wait until give yourself to him.
Ian McCulloch and A-Ha performing on O2, The Killing Moon, song that was of course performed back in the years for Echo and the Bunnymen. This is of course a very nice occasion to show you my Echo and the Bunnymen collection. I've heard about Echo and the Bunnymen from John Peel broadcasts back from 1979, 1980, and immediately I've searched for their records, and I found in Israel at the House of Records, Bet Taklit, their first album, their great debut, Crocodiles, and it's with a sticker here of the store. And Crocodiles, of course, a great, let's say, post-punk album. This is the inner cover. And Ian McCulloch was, of course, here. And the album is on the Liverpudlian indie label Korova Records, with the cow on the label, symbol of Korova Records. Next was, let's say, an EP or kind of mini LP, live mini LP or mini EP or EP, Shine So Hard, with songs performing live from the first album from the debut, Crocodiles, and it's on the inner cover for Echo and the Bunnymen, and on the same Korova label, which I'm not going to show you every label, but I think this one I'm going to do it. Heaven Up Here, what a great album, the second release, another UK printed covers, and inner sleeve, black one, and the band, and this time it's colorful Korova label with the cow, Liverpudlian band, 12-inch single, The Back of Love, another beautiful cover from Echo and the Bunnymen back in the day. Again, all of them were bought in the same store in Tel Aviv, the House of Record, Bet Taklit. Now defunct store, not exist anymore. This time it's on the black Korova label, which became the ordinary label. This is why I'm not going to show you this, because it's the same, but it's 12-inch, the cutter. This time I bought it from a DJ. It was played quite often in the clubs in Tel Aviv, the cutter. The next album was another brilliant one, Porcupine. Again, what a nice covers. Echo and the Bunnymen had back in the days with Ian McCulloch, the lead singer, and Will Sargent. And the inner was now quite papery. Still has its unique design. This album, which was the mostly successful album, if you don't consider compilation album, it's Ocean Rain. And this one I bought in Liverpool itself, in the city, in HMV in Liverpool when it was released. And from this album you get The Killing Moon, which you've seen performing with A-Ha. Again, the band and the black label. The last 12-inch that I have from the band is, of course, the major hit Bring On the Dancing Horses, which was the last album that they made. And the last one is Songs to Learn and Sing, which again I think I bought abroad. And you have the sticker of the includes bonus 7-inch on Zoo version, picture on my wall. And this one is the 7-inch, which was basically the debut single back in the day in Korova. And they have an insert with the lyrics and the Korova black label, ordinary one. The last record I'm going to show you, this was the last Echo the Bunnymen, but this was a solo effort for Ian McCulloch, a cover version of September Song, which is a brilliant cover, I think. And I bought it back in the day in Camden Market in London, when it was out in 1984. Yes, Camden Market for £250. I don't know what it's worth now, maybe the same. Again, Korova, for Ian McCulloch, September Song. Okay, now to the hit song for A-Ha on O2. The hit version, acoustic version for Take On Me. Take it, Morton.
starts and ends. That's me, I'm stumbling away. Slowly learning that life is okay. Say after me, it's no better to be safe than sorry and take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. All the things that you say isn't alive, it's just to play my words away. Through all the things I've got to remember, shining away. Oh, I'll be coming for you anyway. Take on me. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. I'll be gone in a day or two. In a day or two. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
London 02. Take on Me, the last song, the last encore in the show that I've seen in London in '02 with A-Ha. This is of course the occasion and the opportunity to show you my A-Ha collection. And first of all, I have many 12-inch, basically 12-inch. And the first one is of course Take On Me. Most of the records that are produced and released were on the Warner Brothers label. And again, this one is, of course, The Sun Always Shine on TV. What a great hit it was. It's with the poster, but fortunately I don't have the poster. I have the sticker with the poster, but not the poster itself. And next one, Train of Thoughts. From Norway. Hunting High and Low, another 12-inch on Warner Brothers. This time it's a German one, so it's Price. Cry Wolf. This is for a different album. This is 12-inch for Choir Wolf extended version. The theme song for James Bond, The Living Daylights. Again on Warner Brothers. There's a scene from the movie. And later they made You Are Throne. You are the one. You are the one. You are the one. My last thing that I have to show you from A-Ha is the unplugged Summer Solstice, which is basically the acoustic versions for A-Ha. This is a very nice produced album that was made just recently. As you can see, it's a gatefold, it's a beautiful one. It has not one, not two, but 3 records. Scene from Norway, very beautiful one. Not much at the back, but still very nice. 180 grams, A-Ha label. This is the first one. And the other 2, this one and this one. And they also have participation of Ian McCulloch in them. 2 more Norwegian artists, and Alison Moyer also participate in this triple album, Summer Solstice A-Ha MTV Unplugged. So that's it for the first day of my recent London visit. Until the next part. See you. Bye bye.